Hey there everybody, Andrew King here, Canadian musician. We are live from CMW 2018 with FrancisGotHeat ahead of the much anticipated SOCAN Cooking Beats session. It's happening just a few steps from us. If you're in town for that, get to it, it's going to be rad. Yeah, thrilled to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Totally. Actually, why don't we start on that note? I want to jump into, dissect your career a little bit.
Okay.
But let us know, what have you got in store for the folks here joining your session?
Well, I'm going to be breaking down a couple of beats that I've done in the last year. Hopefully, I can share something that they can take home.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of the list of credits. It's pretty loaded.
Thank you.
Drake, Big Sean, Lil Uzi Vert, Cadence Weapon, some CanCon on there, one of our favorites. Shout out to Rolly. Yeah, give me an idea of how you got into this game. I know you've been studying piano since you were a kid, but I'm very curious about the switch, whether have you always been into hip hop? Is this always something that you'd envision yourself doing, or were you doing other things in music and kind of transition over to this?
Well, when I was younger, I was taking jazz lessons for a while.
Okay.
So that really opened my mind up to being creative and just making my own melodies and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So that's what kind of got me into the whole production game, I guess.
Yeah.
Just being able to come up with my own melodies.
So did it start, again, moving from piano, when you started actually recording music, were you doing things with live instrumentation, or is much of your early work in the box?
A lot of my early work was in the box, all MIDI.
Okay.
I would be playing everything on my actual keyboard though.
Okay. I'm really curious about your setup, although, so you're 21 now.
Yeah.
What age were you when you started to mess around with production?
Probably, I think I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, at that point, what was your setup like? You say MIDI keyboard. What was your audio workstation, and how has that evolved over time? Fill us in on what you're using now.
I started off with Mixcraft and Reason, and then now I use FL Studio, and Pro Tools and Ableton.
Ubiquitous platforms there.
Yeah.
And now, some of the beats that we'd have heard from you, is that still largely done in the box? Are you still, do you have any interest in down the road, or maybe now already, incorporating live instrumentation into your work?
In the last probably 2 years or so, I've been using a lot more analog gear.
Okay.
And, doing more studio sessions with session players, so actual live pianos, guitars, or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been getting into that more recently.
Oh, right on. Okay. Tell us about, I've named off just a short list of credits here.
Yeah.
How did you get into that world, get the foot in the door to actually meet some important artists, some influencers, and get your stuff in front of them? Who was your first production gig?
My first production cut was probably with Trey Mission.
Okay.
He's a Canadian, and that one, everything just happened to line up. I saw him at a show, I liked his music, and then I found out who his manager was, and then we just happened to pass by, and then I asked him, can I produce for Trey, and then he said he gave me a shot. Then from there, to get to these bigger names like Drake or Big Sean, I just kept working with the right people, and then it just got into their hands, and they just liked it.
All right on. And if I'm not mistaken, you've got a good relationship with WondaGurl.
Yeah.
So I guess shout out to SOCAN. I think the first ever SOCAN Cooking Beats session that I recall was WondaGurl and Rich Kid.
Yeah, that was the first one.
There you go, passing the torch to Francis here. Tell me about that relationship with her, and more specifically, I think both of you are veterans of the Remix Project, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct. Funny thing is, we met probably a year before we were in Remix. I met her at a beat battle at the conference, and then from there we just started sending beats back and forth on email or Facebook or whatever.
Okay.
And then when we got into Remix, we didn't even know we were both there, and then we just started working all the time.
Oh wow.
And we're now here. It took us 6 years to get placement together, but we finally did it.
Beat battle, I'm curious. I'm familiar with battle rap, familiar with DJ battles. Shout out to Vect, DMC Champ, contributor to the Mag. What's the scene like for a beat battle?
Oh man, it's pretty crazy. The crowd will let you know if they like your beat or not.
Okay.
If they like it, they go crazy. If it's not that hot, it's gonna be pretty dead. Yeah.
And then are you just going back and forth then, playing different beats, trying to? Okay.
Yeah, I only did one beat battle, and then it was funny enough. They matched me against WondaGurl first round. We went back and forth, 3 tiebreakers or something in the first round. It was crazy.
Wow. Oh, that's rad. So what's on the schedule on the horizon coming forward? Obviously, Cooking Beats very shortly, but following that, any collabs you got going on right now? Things on the calendar we should know about?
I got some music on the way as always. I don't really want to drop any names or jinx anything. But I'm always working on new music.
How frequently is it that you will get a track picked up that goes on a commercial recording?
That's the thing. Like, someone might tell me like a year past that I'm on a record, and it might come out a year later.
Okay.
So you never know with these things, especially with like major labels. They might drop it whenever they feel like it.
Yeah. Have you ever been caught off guard, like something that you'd worked on that maybe was on ice for a while and then comes out, gets the big reaction, and it's like, oh, that's there. All right.
For sure. With the Big Sean one, I think I found out either 2015 that was coming, that he wanted to use it. I totally forgot about it. And then, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest records of 2017.
Yeah.
SNL gig and everything. No, this is rad. I appreciate you stopping in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Taking some time. Again, FrancisGotHeat, Cooking Beats by our friends at SOCAN coming up very shortly. Big thanks to Angie behind the camera, and cheers to a great rest of your day, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.